Oh, look. Dummy put his mic on. All right, guys. So this live stream's been going for like an hour, and I'm a moron and didn't put my mic on, which is okay because now I get to talk about all of the shit that I had talked about already, but I get to talk about it again. Let's see if we can make this putt first. You guys, that's when you're a true rookie, a true streaming rookie. I need to put a piece of paper right here on my TV that says, "Don't forget your mic, dumbass." So I'm sure the participation at this point has dwindled to nothing, or maybe you guys are like, man, this guy's doing some wild gesticulation. Okay, that sucks. We had a bunch of well-struck balls there. No go. Anyway, let's get through all of the legalities here again. This is Turbo Talon Golf. Welcome to my garage simulator. I'm in northern Utah, specifically West Haven, and we're playing Joe Lagowski's event for this week, and it is the Saturday the 3rd of January in the year of our Lord, Jesus Christ, 2026. Ding, ding, ding. Here we are. You've watched me play. If you've stuck around this long since I don't have a mic on, I knew something was wrong. We covered how to pronounce the name of this golf course. I think it was Tupelo, even though it doesn't look like it should be Tupelo or something. It was something like that. And then we looked at some TikToks, which sucks because I don't remember which ones I looked at. And I talked a bunch of shit. So that being said, let's see if we can find an interesting TikTok here to talk about. Okay, so we got the volume on there. Oh, do I have that screen up still? Guys, this is how you pronounce the name of the golf course, I think.
Tupelo. Tupelo.
Tupelo. I apologize for not having my mic on. And then we'll turn down TikTok here. Guys, I don't really participate on TikTok. I don't make TikToks. I don't search for anything on TikTok. It's just something I do while I'm like taking a shit or I have some time to burn. Not a big TikTok guy, obviously. I didn't grow up with social media, so there you go. Okay, that one's whatever. Nope. Man, there's no good ones here. We're not going to go into that topic. No. Okay, here's a good one. This is good. This one says, "Parents, please stop sending your kids to school with the idea someone hits you, you hit them back. You are part of the problem." I actually have a pretty strong opinion on this. I think, I don't have any children, but I used to be a child, right? I was in elementary school in the late 80s, early 90s. And my parents never told me to do something or not do something. They were never like, "Shelby, if somebody's picking on you, hit them back." And they never said, "Shelby, if somebody's picking on you, go talk to the school counselor and get it handled that way." I was never really given any guidance one way or another on the subject. But I had a really stupid, back when I had hair, I had this really stupid, like fucking, like Dumb and Dumber bowl cut. And I used to wear glasses and I have a girl's name. So I caught more shit than you can even imagine in grade school and junior high, right? And then I hit a growth spurt, so people kind of stopped picking on me at that point. But this idea that you tell your kid not to fight back if somebody's picking on them at school is batshit crazy to me. I don't understand this. I don't know why this gal is saying that parents who tell their kids to fight back are part of the problem. It is in our fucking DNA to fight back, or we wouldn't be here, right? Plain and simple. If you've got some caveman who's trying to protect his family from another caveman or another tribe or like some animal that's trying to attack them, and you didn't fight back, you would die, your wife and your kids would die. You'd basically become a meal for some animal, or you would leave the fate of your wife and kids to some other tribesman or some other fucking caveman. I don't understand this thought process. You may disagree with me. That's fine. That's enough TikTok for this session. We'll play a few holes or maybe play the rest of the round and get back on TikTok. But that's absolute fucking nonsense. Stop telling your kids to fight back. That is horse shit. I'm glad I'm not your kid, lady. What do we got here? Number 9. Looks like we're 4 over. Not my best golf, but we like to try and keep it between a few strokes under and maybe 5 strokes over. So you can see this can go either way here, but we need to play some better golf. 286 to this par 4, pin. Let's hit the 3-wood, the good old trusty 3-wood. It usually does me pretty good. It may go that far. We'll see. That's the crummy thing, is if you do your bag mapping at your altitude. My altitude's like 4,500 feet above sea level. If you do your bag mapping for that elevation, I don't know if GS Pro takes into account that you're playing at a golf course that's almost 4,000 feet below where you are. And if you're talking 2.5% per 1,000 feet of elevation, we're at 8%, almost, let's call it 8%. So I'm going to lose 8% of my distance, right? So I don't know if GS Pro takes that into account. Maybe someday I'll do some research, but I strongly doubt it. That's fading slightly. We might be on the left. Okay. Can't believe I didn't have my goddamn mic on for like an hour of this live stream. That's some rookie shit there. See, if I'd have had a chat, somebody would have let me know within the first 5 minutes that I didn't have a mic on. Is this mic still working? Okay. Hopefully it's got noise canceling technology. How stupid. All right, we're over it. What do we got to go, 60 yards here? That's a completely different swing. Should be near the pin. No, we overshot it. Guys, my short game is where I fall on my face, much like a lot of golfers. Let's see if we can get over here instead of using the chipper that I just told you about ad nauseum with no mic on. Let's see if we can make this putt for par. And then I'll revisit one of the rants I went on when I unknowingly didn't have a mic on. All right, we saved par there. It's like the holes that we use driver on, we gain strokes, and the holes that we use 3-wood on, we're not doing that bad. So naturally, I'm going to continue to use the mini driver because it's working so well. What do we got here? 375-yard par 4. We got OB proper on the left and inner OB on the right. That's probably the driving range. So hopefully we don't do anything too moronic here. I mean, you could pretty much call that shot at this point, but we're just going to be hitting out a deep rough again. If you guys play a lot of Joe Lagowski's events, you'll notice that he chooses courses where you're on the fairway or you're in the deep rough. And I've said this 100 times, he's not catering to dudes like me. He's catering to the guys who are playing the same level of golf he is. 139, we're going to add 25 yards to that plus 35. So we need to basically hit a 180-yard shot here. Let's hit the 6-iron and see if we don't blow it past the green. And we're going to want to go a little bit to the right because we've got a left-facing lie here. Now I'm scared my mic's not on all the time. That was toey. That's going to end up over to the right. I think if we'd have caught that shot pure, that would have been our club. I'm playing to a like 16/17 handicap right now outside. But with that approach shot, there's a high likelihood we're taking another stroke here unless I can get this ball to stop. Lucky. 371. So 11 is a par 4 at 371 yards. We've got OB on the left and water on the right. That's a little too narrow for my liking. So we're going to hit the 3-wood. And then maybe someday when the old driver's under control, we'll go driver on every not par 3 hole, but that's not today. Fast forward to the part of the live stream where Shelby put his fucking mic on. That should leave us in an okay position, like a pitching wedge in. Where's our wedgie wedge? That was a really nice hit. Although it was over the top and toey, which typically this launch monitor makes me pay for. Face the path was 2.6 degrees open. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I know it's a damn fine launch monitor, and it's given me a lot of enjoyment over the last little while, so we'll give it a break. Get up there. That's not bad. Do I dare to use the ping chipper? I think so. Let's give it a shot. So I need to roll this out about 10 yards, which is, I don't know, somewhere out here, what would be the middle of my driveway? Let's see here. Good shit. 266. 266. I'm just going to put something on the fairway here if I can. It's a par 4. There's no need to get cute. Let's see. Let's hit a 5 hybrid. Does it have a bunch of grass and junk on it? No. GS Pro thinks I hit my 5 hybrid 200 yards. Let's see if that is indeed correct. She's wandering a little right. I don't think anybody's surprised, and she is not going to go 200 yards. "25 yards short of that, in fact. Let's hit this utility wedge. I believe it's lofted about 50 degrees. Get over there. Is that our club? I believe that might have left us a birdie chance. Nice approach shot, no complaints. If you can leave yourself 8 feet in from 100 yards out, you're doing all right. Okay, so that got rid of one of those pesky strokes. Let's see if there's any fodder on TikTok here. That's stupid. Stupid. Dumb. Okay, here's one. Here's one that applies to me. You guys can't see it, but I got a garage and a basement full of goddamn tools and all kinds of stuff. This says, husband math is not wanting to pay someone to do a job, but having to buy 6 new tools, take 3 to 6 months to do the job, and at least 5 trips to Lowe's. This lady, she just looks like someone that would piss me off, but her husband is there with her, and it does look like a Lowe's, so he's in on the game. Pretty true there, guys. I actually enjoy buying new tools, even if I'll only use them one time. That was a TikTok that didn't actually piss me off. Let's see if we can get a 3-wood in this fairway here on number 13. Go, 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 gadget. What was I gonna say? We'll save that rant for here in a minute. I can imagine that at some point in time you run out of shit to talk about in a live stream, but then I think of how long, like, Conan O'Brien, who's the guy with all the cars and the huge chin? Jay Leno was on the air for a fucking long time. I don't have people writing scripts for me, but I can find general fodder to talk about. The golf is fine. I wouldn't say it should be a reason to tune into the live stream. If you want to watch somebody play good golf, there are plenty of others. Man, that 3-wood just keeps on wanting to leak to the right. Uh-oh. Woo! Oh, that's so fucked up. So because it's only 2 of 3 options here, I don't think we have an as it lies. Nope. You guys, this is completely and utterly unnecessary. And I have a story to tell about this. Let's drop our ball there, and it's a par 5, so maybe we can recover from this, but I would have to hit a couple of really, like, gnarly shots to recover from this. But I was on the SGT, the Sim Golf Tour Facebook page this morning, and there was a gentleman talking about this very situation. He said, I think he was new to GS Pro or he was new to SGT, but he said, hey, I was playing an SGT event and I went into a situation much like this where if you looked for a few minutes, you'd probably find your golf ball, but I didn't have the option to hit it as it lies. And a few people came in and said, yeah, some course designers don't give you that option all the time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then there was another guy, he said, don't hit your golf ball into the rough like this, and you won't have to worry about there not being an as it lies option. And then a couple of people came in. You know how social media is. You get a couple people come in and you're like, your comment's stupid, your comment is not value added, et cetera, so forth and so on. And then the guy who originally left the don't hit your ball into the rough comment, somebody must have rubbed him the wrong way saying that his comment was stupid, because one of the guys said, I bet you're fun at parties. And then the guy claps back and says something about how he's a better fighter, a better golfer, and a better drinker than the guy who said that he's fun at parties. So this guy went immediately for the kidney shot and is like, I'll fight you, I'll out drink you, and I'll out golf you. And I was like, what? In what fucking universe is that necessary when we're talking about a fucking video game, a simulated tour in a video game? And you got to clap back by saying that you'll fight this guy and drink more booze than him and you're a better golfer than him? Like, Jesus. The sad thing is I bet that guy is fun at parties. All right, decent 6-iron shot there. Carried 180 here, but I'm sure, yeah, we lost you typically lose between 40 and 60 yards on that type of shot at that distance. So now we got 150 into the pin. It's telling us to use an 8-iron. And if any of you guys talk shit on my video, just know that I can outdrink you, I can outgolf you, and I will fucking fight you. I'm just kidding. That's pretty funny though. Hopefully that dude's not watching this live stream. I mean, good comeback, but like, god damn, dude, you went straight for the kidneys. Bounce up there. Okay, so we took, how many stroke penalty did we take since that was the tee shot? If we can make this, we'll scramble here with a par. Certainly a decent shot there with the old 8-iron. We're going downhill and it's bendy. Guys, I don't know. How about a couple of cups to the left? What do we got here? Let's call it 17 feet. Oh, stop. Stop! Man, that didn't feel that hot. Son of a bitch. All right. Considering our tee shot went in the water, bogey's fine. We're back up to 4 over after 13 holes. 396-yard par 4, pretty wide open here. We've got some water on the right, but you would literally have to slice your literal cock off to get the ball over into that water. Like, you would no longer have genitals if you sliced that far over. It's not, I'm not saying I've never done it. I'm saying it would be difficult. Although, okay, I about made that a self-fulfilling prophecy there. All right, what did we decide we had to hit? A 6-iron to get out of this lie at this distance? Maybe more. We might be short even if it's a well-struck 6-iron here. Please don't be in the rough again. Oh, son of a bitch, it's in the rough again. That's golf. That's golf. What are you gonna do? Well, go. I'd say that was a pretty good shot, even though the lie's perfect every time here in the old simulator. Do I have any more of my beverage left? It's 4 o'clock. It's hard to say what this is going to do, but I think it's going to want to go hard, not hard, but it's want to go right at the end. So let's just call it, let's just leave it in the cup and see what happens. And maybe one day we'll quit putting our drive into the rough and we won't have to do this anymore. But I don't see that happening. Not in the simulator. I pulled that, but it did want to go right there at the end. So what are we, 5 over now? I'd say we're doing 5 over in a Joe Lagowski event after 14 holes is pretty fucking swell. What club do I want to hit here? Let's hit this 50-degree wedge. That wasn't long enough in the simulator software, and it was way short. Man, what the hell was I thinking with that shot? Okay. We're typically short, and when you're typically short, I'd say some ego is coming into play at that point. Because you're like, I hit this club this distance, and you clearly don't. And especially me, because I'm at like 4,500 feet altitude, so I get this misconception in my head that I hit my clubs 10% further than I do at sea level. And then that stuff happens. That was highly unfortunate. Tiny bit of HLA to the left got us there, and now we're putting for bogey. It almost got us again. All right. I don't imagine we have many fairways hit in this round, but let's keep on doing our best. Let's hit the 3 wood and hopefully get something going here. It would be nice to stop slicing the ball. That's a fadey slice, I'd say, but maybe, depending on this bounce, we might not be playing out of deep rough. There we go. 141. It's going to tell me to hit an 8-iron, and we're into a headwind. But at the same time, if I flush a 7-iron, it's going over the back of the green. Pick your poison here, folks. Do the best you can. Let's see if we can get this 8-iron over there. It might have been the club, but it's drifting to the right. That ain't bad. Guys, I have some good shots on the golf course and some bad shots. And if you're, what's 14, 28, I don't know, 30 feet from the pin. If you're 30 feet from the pin at almost 150 yards, that's something to be happy about, probably not something to gripe about. But the simulator also does give people a false sense of how good they are. Tell you what, if you could get the distance control down with this ping chipper, you would be a force to be reckoned with. But it is considered by some to be a Band-Aid club. 7-iron. We need to move along here. I spent too much time yapping with no mic on, like a dumb shit. That's probably a little too much. That is the terrible feeling. It's not as bad when you never hit record on the camera, but when you hit record but your mic's not on, like, it's a different kind of shitty feeling. That was a little toey. Hopefully it clears the water. Sit up there, don't go in the bunker. Again, if you're a mid to high handicapper like me and you hit a shot like that to where you're 60 feet from the pin, you didn't get wet and you're not in the bunker, like, you can par this hole out if your short game is worth a shit. There's really no reason to be too upset about it. Man, you know what I would really like to be able to do? And you're not going to do it out of that lie anyway, but like some backspin would be nice. Okay, we're 6 over. I got a sneaking suspicion we're about to go to 7 over. But this is a Joe Lagowski event, so that's basically scratch in my opinion. We're bending, but we're going uphill. It's tough to say what this ball's going to do, but hopefully we're okay there. You're typically, I mean, an 11-foot putt is not a terrible, it's not a terrible, like a big thing to ask. Oh, that's bullshit. I love when the ball looks like it's tracking and then it suddenly is like, nope. All right, we're on the 18th hole. Let's find some TikTok fodder here. Nope, that's sponsored. Nope. This girl can go piss up a rope. Nope. No, that won't resonate with anyone who would watch this channel. Ooh, do I want to, I don't know if I want to, this one's, no. Nope. 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 Okay. So for the last TikTok of the video here, like I said earlier, I don't know if my mic was on or not. When I created my TikTok account, I gave it no information. I've never searched for anything on TikTok. I've never searched for golf videos. I've never done anything. I created the account and I started scrolling, doom scrolling, okay? And for some reason, and I know you guys are gonna be like, bullshit, bro, I am not even fucking kidding you. For some reason, TikTok knew to show me these videos of these scantily clad women, or these women with like triple D breasts, and I don't know why. Which brings me to my next point, and this might sound misogynist. I don't understand why you need to show those things on a social media platform. And some of the shit these girls are saying, like, again, guys, I've never searched for any of this. It was probably like, I don't know where it pulled the information from, like if it pulled it from Facebook or something, but it's like, he's a middle-aged white dude. He must like to stare at big tits. That's got to be the algorithm right there, bar none. But the way some of these gals dress and some of the things they say in their TikToks, and you wonder why people are calling you nasty shit, like referring to your promiscuity or other things like that. Guys, that's why. Let's tee off on the 18th. We're +7, but it's a Joe Lagowski event, so that's pretty good. I know I've mentioned that probably 24 times now. We've got inner OB on the left, and that's some nasty tree line, but you still could find your ball. OB's probably a little bit too much. I would say make it a red marker with the ability to play it as it lies. There you go. 233. Wind's not really a factor. Guys, this ball could go anywhere. I don't think we've been hitting the 3-wood too far. Let's be conservative there. I would say OB is a much worse outcome than the water, because you get 2 strokes instead of the 1, and you got to tee off again, and that means you could just hit this same shot over and over and over like a moron. Just like that. See, normally that'd be a little fairway finder. Let's see if we got lucky, but it never came back. Okay, we got lucky. We've got a country mile to go here. Luckily, it's a par 5. Let's just keep this same club in hand. There we go. Everything's deep rough. Ball's going to want to go to the left. Let's hit to the right and see if we can't get ourselves out of this conundrum. Guys are typically going to score a lot worse on courses like this where it's fairway than basically deep. You got 1 cut, then deep rough. That's the shot I wish I had hit. If you guys watch that ball fall out of the air, it's pretty crazy how GS Pro does its calculations. But you wouldn't hit a 3-wood out of that lie anyway. 161, let's hit a little 7-iron here. We didn't go OB, so we might be okay. We might be on in 3. And the pin's right there smack dab in the center of the green. That was toey. The toey shots there's really no rhyme or reason to them. Sometimes they go right and sometimes they go left. And it wasn't toey. It felt toey. That's my bad, guys. My shots are typically so toey that I assume that when they feel like that, they're toey. 22 out of the rough. All right, bacon successfully saved. Looks like we went 7 over par. The front 9, I mean, they were both like good scores. When I shoot a 40 on the front at the golf course, I'm pretty happy about it, and that's only happened like a couple of times. A 39, I would be ecstatic, especially if those were both in the same round, because sometimes you can pull off a pretty low 9 holes, right? Okay. What do we got for the time here? Let's play one more round. Let's look at the stats. Guys, the stats are fine. There really wasn't a whole lot going on this round. It was just pandemonium, right? Let's do another round. Pro Tour, SGT. What do we got here? 2-foot gimme league. Triple bogey live. That guy usually has some pretty tough settings, but this doesn't look too bad. Let's do triple bogey lives league for this week. It's Northwoods Precision at Longbow or Longbow, GC Longbow. I think I've played this course before, but I am unsure. 8-foot gimmies, 6,200 yard tees, blue tees, greens and fairways are normal. 1,300 feet of elevation, stimp 11, no wind. Let's see if this is one of those courses where you're either on the fairway or in the rough, the deep rough, or if we're gonna get a little bit of relief here, maybe it's some kind of like municipal like course inside of a neighborhood or something. Let's see if we got a TikTok here. Nope, nope. Okay, here's a hotly contested subject. This TikTok says, if you're not going to tip, don't sit down at the restaurant, get it to go. My opinion on the subject is I think people have gotten a little too reliant on tips. And even people who give like shitty service, they still want like a 20-30% tip. I think tipping used to be a luxury. Like if you did a really good job, you got a tip. I was a younger kid, and I expected like a fucking $5 tip at every house I went to. I don't know. But to say don't go to a restaurant if you're not... When my wife and I are out and about and we go sit down somewhere to eat, you're gonna get a tip no matter what, because my wife is a saint. But if you have shitty service, or you don't come fill our drinks because you have too many tables, your tip's just gonna be smaller. You're always gonna get one. It'll just be smaller. So there you go on that one. You guys, that ball at the golf course outside would have been like your buddies patting you on the back for a great shot, but now I'm going to be navigating through trees. I wouldn't say it was egregious, and face the path was only 0.5 degrees open. I don't know. That felt pretty pure. I think 36 yards offline is a bit egregious. But let's see if we can get ourselves up and over this tree and possibly out of this conundrum. And it's a shame that it happened on the first hole, and it's a par 5 to boot. Guys, I think for the sake of this live stream and the fact that it's a fool's errand to try and get out of here, unless I can hit like a stinger through here. Can I hit there? I mean, you can always bail out to the left, but that's akin to just hitting or choosing a sim drop. I could try to blast something up and over these trees. I just don't think it's gonna pan out. So I could maybe get a little bit up the fairway, but let's see what a sim drop looks like. And I'm going to be 284 yards out on a par 5, and I'm going to take a penalty stroke. Let's just Let's just try to get out of here. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad no matter what. The question is do I try to hit a punch shot or do I try to go over the tree? And my gut's telling me to try and hit a punch shot even though I am horrible at punch shots. Let's go up. Let's go up. And it's going to hit 15 different trees on the way out, but let's go up. That's a shame. I think that'd have been a good drive outside. Okay, I would say we got extremely lucky there because the sim drop would have left us well over 200 yards out from the pin, but now we're good to go. So there's a bit of luck. You can like GS Pro, you can love it, you can hate it. I don't feel like I was penalized too badly there. What's important is my mic working? Okay, that's drawing over. Like I said earlier, good shot, just a slightly closed club face. What I said earlier was not applicable to what I was just about to say. That's why I stopped mid-thought there. 23. All right, and this putt's going to be leaking to the right if what I saw earlier is true. We'll try to put it in the hole, but oops, oops, oops. Maybe hit the correct button. It's uphill. It's about 12 feet. Let's give that a shot. It'll be close to the pin, but maybe in, but probably not. And that is how you take a bogey on a par 5. If you were looking for a tutorial, there you have it. So my wife and I have watched 2 Scrooge-related Christmas movies this season. We watched Scrooged with Bill Murray, super old movie. And we watched a Muppets Christmas Carol, which is an older movie as well. But both of them are based on, I think it's a Charles Dickens book. And it's basically, you know, it's you guys know what it is. It's based on somebody being a huge asshole to the point where spirits visit them and say, hey dude, you're really like not doing well here. And if you don't clean up your act, you're going to be in trouble. And it got me to thinking, wow, that was a very well struck ball. What if, like, if it takes a spirit from the past, a spirit from the present, and a spirit from the future to visit you for you to not be an asshole anymore? The rest of us don't have a chance. Like, this dude's so bad that these spirits visit him to say, hey dude, you're a dick. And then and only then they change their ways, right? Bill Murray goes in and goes into the live filming of that movie at the end and tells everybody to be a better person. And then in the Muppets Christmas Carol, I can't remember what the actor's name is. He's an English actor. He did a really good job. But he like went and bought a turkey and went and visited Bob Cratchit and did all of that shit. But it took him being visited, literally having like a life-changing experience for that to happen. And what's funny is I could see people, because people are people and they're mostly dog shit. I could see people having that experience and still not doing anything, just thinking it was a fever dream or something. Let's try something different here. That was a terrible shot. Coming over the top is a problem. 154. At one point in time, I got my driver coming in to out pretty good, but I'm sure my swing's gotten steep again. Driver's a tough club to keep under control. Yeah, that swing's a little steep. We'll see if we can't get that under control, but I've said that 1,000 times in 1,000 videos, and it's probably, honestly, it's not going to happen. So don't hold your breath. That was a nice swipey over the top swing. That's not going to end up anywhere good. Hopefully it's inbounds. It's crazy that after the, what, almost 80,000 golf balls I've hit in this simulator that I still do shit like that. That's going to get caught in the rough. Another bogey coming up here. Oh, maybe not. Whee! Yay! This isn't even a long course. What did I say? It was 6,200 yards. I guess it's not even a long course. Oh, I digress. Four hybrid there, didn't do too bad. Wouldn't say it didn't quite hit its advertised distance, but that was still a good shot. Not a lot to complain about there. Let's find another TikTok here. Nope. Another chick exposing way too much of her chest. Another chick exposing way too much of her chest. You guys, you honestly have more to offer than your chest. Give it a try sometime. No. No comment. No. God, it sucks that when I'm on camera, I can't find any good TikToks. Here's another one about tipping. It must have heard me talking. Another lady without enough clothes on. Nope. Wow, it must be, what is it, Saturday night? It thinks I just want to look at scantily clad women here. No. No. Ooh, that one's fucked up. That was a Charlie Kirk one, and that one was not okay. No, we're not gonna go on into that subject. No. Well, this is not Panning out. We'll do a few more and see if there's anything worth a fuck here. No. That one's sort of funny. Nope. Sorry guys, there's no good fodder there. A lot of women with their chests out, and that's about it. Because apparently I meet some kind of demographic requirement for that. Right club slightly offline to the left there. And that was actually not a good strike. I'm surprised that it even gave us that much grace. Okay, my mic's still on. Whew! The struggle's real, folks. Uphill putt, I don't remember how bad we missed the last one. It was almost the same exact putt. No, it wasn't. This one's a little more uphill. We'll just leave it there, a few cups to the left, and see what happens. There's no, you see these guys in the simulator like triangulating the square root of fucking pi when they're trying to putt, and it's just like, dude, just putt. Now, if you can triangulate the square root of pi and make the ball in the hole, yeah, dude. Boom, do it. But you can see I barely put any effort into that, and it only missed by like 1/4 of an inch. Okay. So D-Lud actually was the one that showed me you could drag these tiles around. Did not know that. Very valuable. Especially if you give two shits what this information says. I personally prefer to use the information over here in the lab software. So there you have it. 175 to the pin. It's calling for a 7-iron. Let's see what we can unleash here. That's probably a bit of wishful thinking for my 7-iron at this altitude, but let's see what happens. Come on, don't go in that bunker. Ah! Okay, we should have hit a 6-iron because that felt pretty well struck. I don't have super high club speed. But we'll see if we can get up. I mean, right, you're talking what? 60 feet out from the pin at whatever we were at, 170 yards. I mean, I don't think that is that bad of a shot. That's going to be hot. Okay, we just bought ourselves a bogey. You guys can see my short game, my chipping control is fucking bad. Like, it's batshit bad. It's also easier to judge stuff outside. I should have prefaced by saying it's bad in the simulator. It's not too bad outside. I can usually pull off a decent chip shot outdoors. You did not triangulate the square root of pi correctly, dickhead. What do we got here? Number 6. I'm just thankful that everything isn't heavy rough or OB. Excuse me, deep rough. All right, let's shallow out the swing here and see what we can do. Let's keep it real low and slow and see if we can't hit something straighter. Oh, son of a bitch. It's going into that guitar-shaped bunker. Seriously, it's shaped just like a acoustic guitar and upside down like cello. Look, I'm not kidding. Okay, the penalty out of a fairway bunker is not too bad, so let's hit a 3-wood. I think you could feasibly get out of that bunker with a 3-wood in real life as long as you were able to swipe the ball off the surface. And the angle we came in at, GS Pro can't be bothered, but the angle we came in at, your ball's going to have rolled into the bunker, so you should be fine unless you thin it and hit the side of the bunker up there. At which point in time, I have no advice for you, and God have mercy on your soul. That was a good shot. The metrics on my screen down here are saying that it was too high of a launch angle and has too much spin loft. Everything else was pretty close to good. Would also like to point out that we lost 30 yards of carry out of that bunker, even though you would essentially be hitting, you'd be hitting off of the surface of the sand. And with that being a pure shot like it was, I don't know if we necessarily should have taken a penalty like that, but I bitch about everything. Welcome to the live stream. My name's Shelby, and I bitch about everything in the simulator. Was the same shot. I just hit way past the pin. Oh, Lordy. My short game is a joke. Get in the circle! Oh! Oh, God damn it. We're leaking to the left. We're going uphill, but I see one of these little directional beads going downhill. So immediately I'm confused and befuddled. Let's just hit the ball there. Little 8.5-foot putt. You guys, if you can believe it, that ball was pushed a degree to the right and still missed that badly. This is just another reason to either A, put it in the fucking circle, or B, don't bother with triangulating the square root of pi when you're trying to putt. Let's see what my boy is saying here. My boy says the earliest tee time they have for Schneider's Bluff tomorrow is at 9:50 a.m. for 18 holes. And apparently I missed a text 6 minutes ago, but of course I'm in, because anything is better than being in this fucking simulator. Also, Erwin, if you watch this video, thank you for scheduling our tee times for the last couple of months. It's been refreshing, because I scheduled the tee times for everybody for like 8 months during the summer, and it got pretty goddamn old, I'm not gonna lie. And any of you who are the tee time scheduler for your crew can identify with what I'm saying. It gets pretty old. They're like, well, why did you schedule the tee time at that course? We just played that course. Or, why is it tee time gotta be so early? And I'm just like, dude, fuck you. Beggars can't be choosers. Do you want to be the tee time scheduler guy for our friend group? No? Then shut the hell up. Shut the fuck up. Okay, let's put this foot back even more and see what happens. It still went to the right. Guys, I act surprised, but if you look at this replay here on the left, you'll see that I do come over the top. Let's see here. Not probably as egregious as the replay's showing. It was right off the center of the face. It was a good shot. 40 yards offline though. if you can believe that. Shit. Okay, 100 into the pin. This doesn't look too threatening. Let's aim a little to the left here because of the lie and the wind. And then let's see if we can hit a little shot here with the pitching wedge. A little short, I think. Man, what the hell did I do wrong there? Okay, it took 10 yards of carry away from us. I mean, do I need to hit like a 2-iron to get the ball where it needs to go? Jesus. It's really not helping us out. We're 3 over here. Maybe I can get near the pin. Oh, it's hot. Oh. It's making me want to get my 58-degree wedge back out. Because I create 0 backspin as it is, and then you compound that with the fact that you're not going to get any spin anyway because of the lie you're hitting out of. It just doesn't work. 25 feet. All right, simmer down. We're already taking a bogey. Simmer down! Holy shit! That ball just kept on going, huh? We're playing 11 stimp. Jesus. Whose dick do I gotta suck to make a fucking birdie here? Okay, Shelby's getting a little bit tired of what's going on with the driver. So from here on out, from henceforth, we're just gonna unload on the son of a bitch, and at least if it goes in the wrong direction, it goes really far in the wrong direction. Plus it makes for good TV. Here we go. That was a pop fly, but probably further than what we've been hitting. Oh, you son of a bitch, I swear to God. 82 yards in, out of the rough, and I've been hitting short. So let's just hit the 50-degree wedge and see what happens here. Oh, shankly doodly doo. What sucks about those is they make you feel like a pussy, and then you look at the replay and you're like, man, that sucks. But we can't hit all-star shots on every shot here. You can see that that drive's the longest we've had all day. It was like 275. So naturally something had to come in and throw a wrench in the spokes, right? And that's way too far. Sit! All right, so we're going to take another bogey. We'll have some bad holes. We'll have some good ones. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the live stream and I'm entertaining you with my words and not my golf, because we're about to be 5 over here. I'm feeling like we need to move a little bit more to the right, maybe not that far. Oh, whatever. 16 feet, 13. Whew! Just snuck that son of a bitch in the side door. All right, we have a tee time for tomorrow. Sweet. All right, we're gonna hit the ball hard, and if it goes in the wrong direction, at least it goes in the wrong direction far. Boom, boom, grip it, rip it. We might be all right if that doesn't carry too far. We're good. We're good. Still not a very far shot. I swear to God, you guys, these are the same exact type of swings I make outside, and the ball does not do this. And I've said it in 10,000 live streams, but it can't be said enough times. Yes, my shit is aligned. Don't ask. Fade! Ah. I'm thankful to be able to hit shots like that. If you go back to some of my older videos from a year and a half ago, good God. I mean, not everybody's good at golf when they start. In fact, no one is good at golf when they start. Like Tiger Woods, there's footage of him as like a very, very young man playing golf. Rory McIlroy was on like a British talk show as like a little kid. So he's been playing golf for decades. And his name is, I wouldn't say it's just barely starting to surface, but right within the last, I don't want to be a dead giveaway about how bad I am at watching pro golf, but Rory's not new, but he's been golfing for a long time. You can see the gray in his hair, right? Dude, it's almost just better to swing driver out of your fucking shoes and just let the consequences happen. 257. I want to hit driver off the deck, but that is a fool's errand. Let's hit our 3-wood. Must have swiped that one pretty good. It looks like our swing camera zoomed in, and we are going to be in no man's land over here. Can we get out of here? Maybe. Maybe I can get something out over here. What do we got? 58 yards? Let's just hit a shot here and try. Let's try something here. I think I need to regrip this club. Holy fuck. That's nonsensical. That is nonsensical. What was that? Downhill, leaking to the right. Let's try a couple of cups over. 10-footer playing, I don't know, 7, 8 feet. Oh! Okay, we did get lucky with that other shot. You really couldn't expect lightning to strike twice in one spot, so. Let's see what's on the old TikTok here. No, that's not good fodder for the audience who watches these videos. Sponsored content, will not read it. Stupid. No. AI generated bullshit. No. This one, since we haven't had any good ones, this one's okay. This dude says, no matter how ugly you are, once you have money, women will always find something cute on you, like, oh, look how cute his shadow is. Is that true, guys? Not for me to say. All right, hopefully we have some more good TikToks. We're a little past halfway through the round. Let's smash the fucking piss out of this driver again and see where it goes. It is a burner mini driver, the newer one, copper top. It's the matte top, not the shiny top one. Although I do own both, and I'll tell you, not much difference. And most other reviewers will tell you the same thing. So if you've got the older one, just keep it. Ball speed's pretty low. I like to try to be tickling 150. I know that's not that high, but every day can't be swing speed practice. 111 into the pin. We've been hitting short, so let's overestimate what club we need here. That was just a horribly disfigured, stuck in your car during a fire shot. Like over the top, off the heel. Oh. Brr. All right, what'd we save par there? Even after that fucking emergency room of a shot we just hit? 191. So we can't bash the shit out of driver here. And my 6-iron's not gonna go 190. I can tell you that right now. Let's split the difference and hit the 5 hybrid, the Ping G435 hybrid. It's got face wrap. It's got all kinds of funky technology built in to make you feel like you're a much better golfer than you actually are. Let's see here. Why is everything going to the fucking right? Right into the bunker. What's this one shaped like? I'm not going to say what this one's shaped like, but it's... Yep. No comment. It's shaped like a dick and balls there. I said it. Is it going to roll out? I don't think so. That's going to leave us a pretty difficult putt, and the result will be a bogey. I mean, it's not doing much. We go down, then we go up. Let's just aim a few cups to the left. And we know we need to hit 25 feet. That's all we know. That's a tap-in bogey if your friends are being generous that day, I'd say. If your friends are that generous with their gimmies, make sure you keep them as friends. All right, what do we got here? I just set up for the shot. I didn't even look. 545-yard par 5. Shazam. Let's see if we can not slice this thing to Arkansas here. No, that's drawing through a tree. Didn't hit a single branch, and we're sort of blocked out. But it's saying to hit a 3-wood. It's a par 5, and I've got 250 yards to the hole. Realistically, you're not getting here anyway, and you've got some water. So what I'm going to do is hit my 6-iron maybe over this little area here, right here. Probably going to hit a couple of branches. What's important is that my mic's still on. It hit something. It's going to be in the fairway, maybe? Yeah, baby. Yeah! 6-iron, 7-iron, 8-iron. We haven't used our 9-iron once in 2 rounds. It's still right here. It's still in the bag from my round outside yesterday. Guys, it's Saturday. It's Saturday the 3rd, and I go back. I've had quite a long Christmas vacation. The place I work doesn't give us a ton of days off during the year because we bank them for the end of the year. And then the company basically, at least the location of the company I work at, shuts down for the holidays, which is pretty sweet. 71 yards. Let's hit the 54-degree wedge. I'm sure it'll be short just like everything else. Is that our shot? That might be long. Oh, it's so long. Uh-oh. All right, guys. Let's find out if this fence has the colliders on or not. It sure does, which means there's a high likelihood of us hitting this fence, which is going to send us to fuck knows where because there's OB right behind us. So what I'm going to do is take a sim drop, and what is super strange about this sim drop that I've never seen before is I can put my ball on the green. I can put my ball on the green. I just took a sim drop onto the green, right? It cost me a stroke. Oh shit. I mean, we're a mile away from the hole, don't get me wrong. Like, nothing good is going to come of this putt. And we're obviously going to go to like 6 or 7 over par after this, but that's refreshing. I've never done that before. And I don't have anything bad to say about GS Pro. Let's try this 100-foot putt here. Okay, that's a Christmas miracle, folks, for bogey. Wow. Can you please get this? I don't know what this is, but can you make it go away? Thank you. We appreciate your cooperation, the management. Let's hit a 3-wood. If you're feeling froggy, you can try to drive that green. I'm already like 6 strokes over par. So let's go ahead and let these sleeping dogs lie. I would say that is way too high for a 3-wood, but we're going to have advanced and we're closer to the pin and other things people say in golf. I don't know. Pretty high shot though. I can only assume that it was a land shark and I took way too much turf. That's going to be short. Get up there. What did we just do? That was our second shot on a par 4. We could conceivably get out of here with a par, even though that was not a great approach. Yeah. We've unsheathed the 58-degree wedge, which no mid to high handicapper should have in their bag. But I don't find that it screws me too bad. That was just unfortunate. But it was probably closer than we would have gotten with the 54 or the chipper. We're about halfway through the back 9 on round 2. This has been a painfully long live stream. We're at almost 2.5 hours. My God, it doesn't feel like it's been a minute longer than 8 hours. Uphill putt, 9 feet, couple of cups. This should be close to the pin, if not in there. This is one of those putts that I can sort of read. Let's see if I'm right or wrong here. All right, we saved par. 6 over after what I say, 14. 167 to the pin. Let's do it to it here. Slight riser for the ball. And I see the pins at the back of the green and I don't want to be in the water. Oh, that's unfortunate. Fade over. Come on. Bounce right. Do something. Okay, we have a 14-yard putt. Pretty relevant information because putts are usually judged in yards. Although I'm guessing the display has changed to feet at this point. 42 feet down 21. So we need to hit like a 20-foot putt here. It's mostly downhill. It's braking several different times, kind of roller coastering down, but it's mostly downhill. So I don't need to say this. Distance control will be paramount here. 20-footer. And unless that rolls a really long way, we should be somewhere near the pin. There we go. Pulled another par out of our assholes. You guys, this stream is not safe for work. It is not safe for children. You can see our little offensive language sign here. And offensive language in an abundance is what you'll have received through this whole live stream. I ain't trying to make any money. I ain't trying to get monetized. I'm not trying to sell you merchandise and golf balls and blah, 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 like some of these other guys are. We are so lucky to have gotten through that tree, guys. Beautiful shot right into the center of the fairway. And there you have it. We got a $1.15 into the pin. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Taking an extra club this time. And if this shot is pure, we will be somewhere near the pin, if I'm not mistaken. Let's find out together. It's fading a little to the right. And that just would have been an absolute gem of a shot. but 100 yards out, 20 feet away at 100 yards out, if that's not good enough for you, then you are trying to get paid to play golf, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not judging you. What do we got here? 23-foot putt. And it's leaking pretty bad to the left. Let's see if we can do a little candy cane into the hole here. Although it is uphill, so it's not going to candy cane quite as much as a downhill putt would. It wanted to do a little bit of a candy cane. Par on that hole. We are on the 17th. We are nearing the end of the round. We got a little 175-yard shot with a smidge of crosswind, and it's a par 3. So hopefully I'm able to get this ball downrange here. Oh! It might be on the green, but it's going to be a mile from the hole. Sit pretty, sit pretty. I sure spend a lot of time adjusting this mic. Mike. Sorry if your name's Mike. You probably just thought I said I spend a lot of time adjusting this. Mike. What do we it looks like we're putting. We're on the green, but we have just a leaky little son of a bitch to the right. I say we triangulate the square root of pi, and we're right there. And we know that 46 feet down, what, 22 inches? We need to hit like a 22 or 23 foot putt. And this is going to want to make a little candy cane shape here. That was not the read I had on that putt. Luckily, the gimme circles are quite large. Like my ego. Why is this only showing one battery charge in here? Okay, there we go. Guys, I used to make a lot of on-course golf videos because I play a lot of on-course golf. But there's so much editing time involved in those videos. 275. We're probably going to hit the ball like right there. 18 appears to be a 500-yard par 5. Let's unleash hell on this golf ball with the TaylorMade burner mini driver. I think we're set to 9.5 degrees aloft. Pretty dangerous. Probably not something an amateur golfer such as myself should be using, but we'll see what happens. The date started out awesome, and then it just went. Oh, we are fucked. Do you think I can get out of here? Do you think I can hit another one of those lucky 6 irons and get out of here? No, I'd have to almost go right through a tree. You know what though? I don't care. It's a video game and I don't care. 6. What would I do in real life here? That's tough. That's tough to say. Because I won't give myself relief from this. I'd say that's a little too. That's pretty egregious, especially on a par 5. Oh man, we did not get lucky that time. Hopefully as an OB. Yeah, we're just kind of shooting ourselves in the foot here. At some point in time, we need to ask ourselves if it would be better to burn a stroke on a sim drop. At which point I'm going to say yes, because this live stream's already been hellaciously long. It has been pretty entertaining, though. Speaking of entertaining, let's get on TikTok. No, we already read that one. Woman trying to get attention because she has large boobs. That one's in Spanish, so I can't even read it. That one's pretty funny, but probably not for this audience. No. Nope. Nope. We're going to find one. We're going to go, because we're on 18, we're going to go until we find one here. Nope. No. Girl with big boobs. Girl with big boobs. Guys, I promise you I've never searched for this shit. It's doing this based solely on my demographic. I am not kidding you. Oh, give me a good one. Here's another one about if you can't afford to tip, you shouldn't be eating out. I'll eat wherever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want. I will tip you if I want to. Dickhole. That person needs to work on their grammar and spelling skills. Nope. No. No. We're all thinking that one, but I'm not going to read it. Woman with large breasts. Dumb. Dumb. Nope. Maybe I'll have some of these on deck in my future live streams, because this is really letting me down here. Dumb. Nope. Come on, you guys. This is just making this live stream longer. We're losing participation by the minute. I can feel it. That one's pretty funny. Nope. Nope. If it says anything about Christianity or Mormons, I just skip it. That one's fucked up. Dumb. That's kind of funny. Woman with a large badonkadonk. This guy's funny. Shane O Golfs is pretty funny. He's actually the reason that I originally got a TikTok account. Wow, this is so bad, guys. Mormon stuff. Dumb. No. Golf. That's pretty funny, but probably too gross for this. Oh wow, you guys, this is not gonna work, is it? Nope. No. Holy shit, these suck. It's not working. All right, guys. Let's hit this 179-yard shot into the green. I think we just took a drop. So we're on the fourth shot on a par 5. This has to be a very good shot here. This has to be the most pure 7-iron shot I've ever hit. It is not. Another swipey over the top dog shit shot. We might be all right, or we might be directly behind a tree. If the tree has colliders, we're gonna have to take another drop. And guess what, folks? The tree's got colliders. So let's take the second sim drop of this hole. Come on, GS Pro. Jesus Christ, why do you make this so difficult? Because you know you're still going to get my $250 or whatever at the end of the year. 42, 7, 42, 54-degree wedge. This has been a wild live stream, guys. That's too hot. Boy, this hole's really going to cornhole the old fucking scorecard, isn't it? Don't do that. Oh my God. The one chip shot that couldn't just manage to roll too far. All right, we did this to ourselves. I'm an adult, I can admit it. That sucks that all these TikToks that I usually see are just not popping up. Oh, that's, can you at least stop in the fucking circle? Thank you. All right, guys. The round was okay. There's a few blue squares on there, and then obviously that 18th hole was what put us over 80. 6,200 yard course. I wouldn't really call this a difficult course. But if I was outside and I shot a 40 on the front and a 42 on the back, I would be happier than a pig in shit. Let's check stats. They're fine. We didn't really do a whole lot here. The only thing I don't care for is the double plus that we had on 18. 29 putts, way too long of a round because I was trying to find funny TikTok shit to bring up and it didn't work. Let's get out to the GS Pro splash screen. All right, guys, this has been a wild roller coaster ride of a live stream. I'm probably going to get a little piece of paper on the TV that says, make sure you have your fucking mic on, dumbass. And other than that, we had some okay TikToks. We had some mostly disappointing TikToks of women not wearing enough clothing, but that's it. I got nothing else for you guys. I may or may not live stream tomorrow. I got an outdoor round of golf. It is just about time for me and Mama to eat dinner. And dinner is one of my favorite times of the day, along with breakfast and lunch, and time to go to sleep. So you can imagine I'm pretty excited, and I really need to get in there and get some dinner ready to go. All right, guys, this has been a Turbo Talon Golf production. Thank you all for your patronage. If you stuck around this long, you're awesome or really bored. listen to this content in the background, and hopefully it will continue to get more entertaining, and we'll have some better TikToks next time if I even keep doing that. But it's good fodder. It's good fodder. Social media is good fodder, and there are a lot of people that make a lot of money just talking about shit that goes on social media. So that's it for me. You guys have a good night, and we may or may not see you tomorrow, but you guys will all be in my heart nonetheless. Have a good one. Turbo Talon Golf, signing out.